Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is McCavity. Welcome back, guys. And today I just wanted to do a little kind of talking video, kind of about the state of the game. What's been going on lately, right? CodeScript released a video not too long ago. I've seen that video. I've seen Deanpo's video about people that are new to the game since the Steam release, leaving the game because of certain factors. And I kind of wanted to give my input on it. There's a lot of people out there that are talking about this, and I just wanted to put in my 2 cents. So I'm going to pop into a raid, and we are going to kind of discuss this a little bit, man. This is the current kit. We got an AK-102. We're just running tier 3 ammo. You know, tier 4 kits, some headphones. We got a little light chest rig and a backpack. Okay, so I think the first thing that we want to start on is really the economy. I've heard Deanpo, I've heard CodeScript, FPS talk about the economy in the game being so cooked. And frankly, things are more expensive. It certainly seems that way. I'm not going to deny or disagree with that. My counter or rebuttal to that would be they're talking about a lot of new players thinking that things are just way too expensive, specifically tier 4 armor. And then when you think about it though, I don't know how many. Can I help you, my brother? Here. For you. For you. Anyways, I feel like the amount of money that you can make in normal alone specifically is more than enough to kind of build yourself up some kits, or if you get into some PvP. Certainly, a lot of people are rocking tier 4 armor. I don't think I've bought tier 4 armor in a decade. Obviously not that long, right? But you know what I mean. What I do know for sure is that there is a lot of tier 4 armor and ammo going around. Now, you can certainly find a bunch in raid. Like I said, I don't think I've paid for it in a long time, especially too because like if you're doing the battle pass or if you're doing events and things like that, I have probably 30 bundle coupons for a helmet and armor, like to just get myself for free, right? So I can certainly understand where people are coming from on like price, right? Prices are up, things are a little expensive. I definitely agree with that, but I also do kind of firmly believe what happened here. I do firmly believe that, what is happening, bro? Tier 4 stuff is not as expensive as people make it out to be. It certainly is, but the reward, the potential reward that you can get in raid to me, kind of outshines that. Like I have so many on lock just from, you know, shooting people, taking their stuff, and putting it in my bank account. That's not to say that there isn't definitely something wrong with the economy, for sure, but there are a million ways to make money that don't cost too much or anything like that. I have several videos on the channel where I'm doing 0 to hero runs and I'm making millions, literally. Quick kits, you're gonna get some tier 3 armor most likely, and ammo, but if you run that in normal, and kill a couple dudes, maybe a couple bot players that had some tier 4 armor, you just came up. And you just came up for free, essentially. Well, our boy is cooked. And I'm gonna go try to cook as well. My brother. Tier 3 ammo, tier 3 ammo. Can you shoot him, my brother in Christ? Okay, I'll just do it all myself, man. You know? Okay. Look at that, 250k. Here's a tier 4 helmet right here. Here's just a fat thing right here, dude. Y'all mess with the wrong guy, to be honest, today. I'm here to party. There's 55k right there. This guy ate me for breakfast, dude. He ate me for breakfast. Here's 110 tier 4 armor rig right here, dude. You know what? I think we might jack this. We're always evolving. We're always evolving. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Get rid of a couple things here. We were definitely struggling there with the tier 3 ammo, but I'm just saying, dude, it's not like impossible. And just obliterated these guys. Okay, that's 30k. We're going to drop that. We're going to grab that 95k tier 4 helmet. There's another tier 4 helmet. And here's a 60k vest. X and F to drop stuff. We're going to remove ammo here. We're going to take this for sure. He had PP. Grab that. Bags and bags. Goodness gracious, my guy. Goodness gracious. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, man, like I was saying, I can definitely understand, you know, like the belief and the disdain for that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't really like the prices either per se, but I mean, at the same time, look what we just accomplished with tier 3 ammo. And like, we're not always going to be fighting sweats, dude. Like, sometimes you are. Sometimes I'm going to come up against sweats there. I'm going to lose. It's game over. Straight up. Not even gonna lie to you. But not everybody's running like super Chad kits and stuff like that, dude. The vast majority of what you'll usually see, usually, not all the time, but usually, is going to be that tier 4 armor, tier 4 ammo, probably. And that's just from my own personal experience. Of course, that could change, you know, for everybody. But tier 3 ammo there, came up against tier 4 boys. We were hitting some headshots, we were hitting some skin and some not armor, and we walk away with at least 1.2 mil, which I don't know. In my opinion, that don't seem so bad. And I think a lot of this comes into like the next point of like why this is a problem is there's no like wipes in the game. You know what I mean? A lot of people complain that there's no wipes in the game. I can understand this as well, although I do not agree with it. Like, I don't mind wipes. You know what I mean? I really don't. I think wipes in Tarkov and such, you know, fine. That's fine, just fine. Doesn't really matter. But I think also, like, just a lot of people are upset or concerned that people that have been playing for a long time and haven't had their accounts wiped, right, are going to essentially get an advantage for having a ton of money. Now, keep in mind, too, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. When I started playing this game, I started playing in the beta test, the closed beta, like 2 years ago, pre-season 1. It is now season 2, right? Yep. No, it is now season 3, and I have never spent money to buy Cohen. When I came back to the game, what happened there? What's that guy doing? Jesus, is that you? When I came back to this game, I had 5 million, and I'm pretty sure that that's what they give you off rip. Now, you know, you take into consideration that, you know, you have 5 mil and 140k for a tier 4 armor, 110k. I mean, yeah, that seems pretty expensive. But I came back to the same as everybody else. I came back to, what was it, like 5 mil. Not even 3 months later, after starting making content on this game, we are sitting at over 140 mil stash value with 97 raw million Cohens. And I do not play the way that these people play. I do not run HK. I do not run P90. I do not run tappers with red ammo. I did run a tapper one time with red ammo for a video, but that is it. Most of the time, I am playing normal or I am playing lockdown. I have played forbidden 3 times in my life. Now, do you want wipes? Because if everything's so expensive and it takes so long to build up all this money, why would you want it to wipe and lose it all again just to have like another however long of taking up all this time to try to build this bankroll back when it's not even really that necessary, in my opinion. And like I said, I am not a great player at this game, right? I am not. They were running BP, guys. They were running BP. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He was running BP. Oh my, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know, man, I feel like if we're talking about an extraction shooter, things shouldn't just be like handed to you. I think it should be hard. Like that's the purpose of this game, is to be difficult. It's not meant to be like this like easy thing, right? And I know this is going to be a lot of people's like first venture into the extraction genre. I get it, but at the same time, this is what it is. So I have no doubt, like I completely understand why people are leaving. And I want to be as clear as possible, dude. I don't want to be negative, right? I do not want, my community has never been the one that wants to be negative. There's just a lot of negativity going around that I just wanted to kind of provide my insight, my feedback for, and kind of where I approach the game from as somebody who actually hasn't been playing that long prior to the Steam launch. But this is what I was talking about earlier, right? Like we have, here's 3 of these, here's 4 armors, here's 3 helmets at tier 4. I got 2 M4A1 gears that give tier 4 ammo or armor and an M4 there. We got these FAL kits that give tier 5 ammo, dude. It's like armor choice. You have so much that you are getting. These lion boxes. M1 Tactical doesn't come with any. Choice Full comes with a full kit. They're giving you rigs, backpacks, tier 5 armor. Here's another armor one. So, I mean, literally, dude, I'm getting like, I have like 30 coupons. Not really that many, but probably 15 coupon bundles that include armor or, you know, ammo of tier 4 variety or higher. This game is very good at giving you stuff for doing stuff, and you don't even have to do that stuff well. Right? You get a lot of stuff and money and bundle coupons for just doing the battle pass. Even the free stuff, they give you quite a bit of stuff, dude. And all you have to do, activity missions. That's it. Bring out miscellaneous items, right? Travel a certain distance. Entries into Northridge, you don't even have to live. You can build up these tier 4 kits. The PvP right there just got 2 tier 4 helmets. If I would have prioritized grabbing armor, I could have grabbed 2 more armors. Two tier 4 armors and 2 tier 4 helmets out of that raid right there. And I would have had 2 more tier 4 kits ready to go, dude. The next thing that we wanted to talk about is lobby limits. Now, this is a big one, and this is a big one that I agree with. Okay, now normal right now, if you wanted to go play a normal map, right? Farm or Valley, only 2 options that you have. Value required has to be less than 450k. This I completely support and agree with. However, I do think that there should be a limit or lock on ammo to tier 4 at a max of both armor and ammo. If you want to go 450k to that max cap, that's fine, but I don't think you should be able to hide things in your butt or in your vest, or I don't think you should be able to buy Warren tier 5 and be able to get it in to this type of game mode. There needs to be limits. We know that they can do it because they did it with thermals. You can no longer put it in your butt or in your bag or vest. It has to be on the gun or you can't bring it into raid. So we know that it's possible. We know that it can be done. So it needs to be done. Next, we move over to Lockdown Zone. And this is my preferred place to play. 100,000 to 1 mil. Very respectable. I like this. So I can kill a guy and get between 100,000 to $1 million. I think this is fair, okay? But again, there needs to be some limits. You got this price limit on there. There should be only a limit to tier 5 with tier 5 ammo or lower and armor. Tier 5 ammo and armor as a limit, and that's it. Forbidden Zone is where the Mac Daddy chatties like to go, and there needs to be a higher value requirement for this, I would think. And I don't even really know how you would limit this. A lot of people want the value required to be higher, but I don't really, I mean, I guess I understand where they're coming from with tappers that are running like 300k kits and then the gun. So they're getting in, not really risking a lot. But to me, that's just a play style. That's no different than you running your HK and being a dick that way, you know, because it's the only thing that you can use because there's no recoil, there's no this, that, or the other thing. I agree heavily with Critical on this particular argument when we're talking to red ammo in the meta, and that's what I want to talk about next. I just got dumpstered in normal by T4 armor or ammo, so I'm going to run a quick hit in normal, try to make some money while we finish up this video, bro. So what I was trying to say in the last one, when I immediately died off rip to some Chaticus Maximus, was basically I was saying that there are 2 metas in the game, and I'm probably, I think I've recorded a video about making money that also mentions this. In the future here, But there are essentially two metas in the game. One being the ever-famous HK meta, right? Everybody loves an HK and P90, right? That is a big one. So we're talking tier 5, tier 6, HK, fully kitted out, P90, fully kitted out. It is what it is, you know? But I feel like if you are going to run that, you know, kind of, that gun and kind of perpetuate that play style, then you can't really get mad about tappers with red ammo because you're essentially being an asshole yourself. I firmly believe that I don't think that the HK provides any sort of skill to you as a player, right? I don't think you need any sort of skill to use that or tier 5 armor, tier 6 armor. So running around and then you complaining about getting tapped in the open by tier 6 ammo and tappers who are running 400k kits. I mean, my thought process on that is good. I think the community complained for so long about the HK meta, you know? And then when there was finally something that would counter it in tappers, hello? The community lost their mind because tappers are bad for some reason, like inherently bad or something. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I really don't get that. Like I said, I fully agree with Critical. It's like, why is that worse than you running around with an HK or P90? Like, I firmly believe that it doesn't prove anything to run around with an HK. I don't think you're good. I definitely don't think you're good if you're running around with an HK, you know? But there's definitely two distinct metas that, you know, are super duper annoying. Now, I don't play that way. I don't play that meta. I play what I want to play because that's how I want to play it. And the game lets you play that way. A lot of people seem to think that if you don't run the HK or you don't run the P90, you can't succeed. You just watched me last raid that I played here take out two guys, not very well. You know, definitely not showing off my pro gamer skills and pulling out 1.2 mil, 1.3 mil. Like, you don't need to be God, and you do not need to run an HK or P90. You just don't. Hell, you don't even have to run tier 4 armor if you're ammo or armor if you don't want to. That's the thing. The less you risk, the more potential reward that you have. That's, again, just kind of my thought. But there are definitely two distinct metas in this game. Definitely the tappers with red ammo and the HK P90 tier 6 sweaty boys. I just don't subscribe to the fact that you have to like play a certain way. You know, I just don't like that. I just don't like that mentality, that mindset of if you don't play this way, you aren't going to have a good time or you're going to just lose. Because I think, you know, I do a good job of showing my failures quite commonly. And I gotta say, I don't really believe that I'm not succeeding even when I'm dying a bunch in lockdown and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm still, what? Up over 135 mil since I started the game. There is one big thing that I think is a problem though, and it's definitely one thing that CoScript mentioned in his video, and I want to make it abundantly clear that I am not like making this video to cause drama or argue with anybody. I highly respect the creators that I've watched and I'm talking about their videos in this video. Absolutely. And CoScript, one of my favorite YouTubers, dude. I love one of my favorite ABI YouTubers. I love watching CoScript. He's so good at the game, man. He's so good. But I'm not. I have a different mind state, a different play style. We do things different. I'm opening this with a universal key, and I don't give a hoot. Give me something. Give me anything. A tank? It ain't gonna be great, is it? No. It ain't. It's normal. Definitely don't mean anything, and we had to use the key, right? Like, it goes away if you don't use it, so. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I just kind of feel like the meta's a construct. Like, it exists, for sure. I'm not saying it doesn't. Metas exist in every single game, though. Every single game since the dawn of time. Metas exist in chess. Metas exist in board games. Metas exist everywhere. You're never gonna get away from it. But if you feel like you have to play that way and you're gonna lock yourself into that playstyle and mind state, then definitely you're gonna have just a bad god-awful time. It's just... Come to me, brother. Mess that guy up though. That's gonna be from some goop, as Peanut would say, I believe. Okay, you do that while I do this, right? And while I talk to the people here. The final thing that I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is bot lobbies, right? CoScript mentioned this as well in his video, and this is something that I fully agree with. Well, I don't want to say fully. I agree, but like not to the fullest extent of the law. You know what I mean? I believe what CoScript said is correct when he said, and if you haven't seen the video, you should watch it because it's very good. What he said is that the game does too much babysitting a little bit, kind of in the beginning, and I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say babysitting, but this is how I consider it. The game does too good of a job babysitting you early and only putting you in bot lobbies for the first like 20 levels, like 12 levels at least. Could be more, could be less, but like 12 levels in, I was still getting bots like every game, like only bots. You're gonna try to loot my kill, ain't you? And here is where we evolve, ladies and gentlemen. Bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang, boom. Gosh, just the ability to massively succeed not playing the meta is bananas. There's another mill. There's another million right now. Dang, there was some boys, bro. Yo, good stuff. Good stuff, guys. Oh yeah, so before I was so rudely interrupted, the game does way too good of a job holding your hand with bot lobbies. 115,000,000%. Up until level 12, I was probably seeing only bot lobbies every single game. So yeah, the biggest problem is that they just throw you into bot lobbies, bot lobbies, bot lobbies, and then after you hit 30 and there's hardly any bots anymore, which is not entirely accurate because I run across bots literally all the time. Literally all the time I'm running into bots. But, you know, it is definitely less often that you're running into bots after you hit level 30 and stuff. And so I can definitely see where, you know, you're playing all these bots, and then all of a sudden you hit 30, and then you're running into like level 30 chads that are running HKs and tier 6 ammo.
Another one because he got knocked and I shot him.
That I fully agree with. I think they shouldn't be throwing you into bots. I'm still getting bots though, to be honest. Like we go into lockdown and I'm still getting bots, like probably 1, maybe 2 teams in lockdown. Sometimes none. Sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 2. But I'm definitely not getting 10, you know, operator kills anymore. Definitely, certainly not. So that one can definitely like, definitely kind of like trick you a little bit into thinking that maybe you're better than you are, or better than you should be. But you know, it is what it is. Here's the reason that they give you bots, right? Here's the reason that you get paired up with so many bots early on. It's because there are no wipes. Okay, and we've already talked about this. People want wipes. People desperately want wipes for whatever reason. You know, I get that it's part of the extraction genre. It happens. People want wipes. They're not wiping. What's going on? Right? But whether you like it or not, the problem with that is there isn't any wipes. There's none. So the point of these bot lobbies is to get you XP, get you used to the game, lets you learn the spawns, lets you kind of get all the information that you need. So yeah, it lets you get used to the game, it lets you get used to the spawns, and it lets you earn some money because the problem is, like I said, there's no wipes, so you're gonna have level 30 chads when you get up there that are gonna have 1 billion stash value, and you're not gonna really know what to do if they were to just throw them at you early on in the game. So what they do is they put you in bot lobbies so you can kind of get your footing, get your feet wet, and kind of learn the game and get XP and level up. But the problem is I agree that they babysit you a little too much. They do it a little too much. So they would definitely need to, you know, tone that down a little bit, I think. But overall, I mean, you know, Tarkov 1.0 is releasing here. There are absolutely 0 bots in that, right? You are not going to find a single bot. When it comes to Tarkov, you are going to get in, and it doesn't matter if these people are like super kitted or not at the beginning of a wipe. It does not matter. There are people that have been playing this game for 10 years. And the people that are new to this genre, new to this thing, that wanted to try this out before they went to Tarkov, and they're hearing all this stuff. Tarkov's so much better. It's so great. It's so good. are in for a very rude awakening when they realize that, oh shit, these people have been playing this game for 10 years at this point, and now it doesn't matter that we all have scav guns. These people know what they're doing. They know the maps, they know the game, they know the spawns. Oh look, I'm dead again. I'm dead again. I'm dead again. It's gonna be no different. That was another 900k in normals. Like, that's crazy, bro. With a quick kit, by the way. I was just using a quick kit. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I don't know how else to like prove or show that it is totally possible to succeed in this game without issue by just playing how you want, or playing with the quick kits, or playing with the bundle coupons, or doing this, that, and the other. Look, man, I like watching CoScript. I like watching all these streamers. I do. But the thing is I'm not them, and I know I'm never going to be them. I'm too old. I'm never going to be as good as these guys. I am never in my life going to be as good as these guys. And I get that, and I know that, and that's not a problem to me. If you are looking for something to be mad about, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find it, dude. That's all I'm saying, man. My community on YouTube is all about spreading positivity. We don't deal with the negativity. We don't do that. We just pop in the game, we have our fun, and we do it. There are annoying things. There's dumb things that happen all the time. I get it, bro. All I'm gonna say is every game has its quirks, right? Every single game has its quirks. You're not going to find a single game out there that you're not going to be mad at or think something is stupid at some point in its lifespan. There is no perfect game out there, dude. There's just not, man. I have never touched an HK in my life. Look at this. Never touched a P90 in my life. Look at this. I don't run tappers with red ammo. Look at this. I'm not a legend, but I'm a hero. My extraction rate is 51.2%. I'm not even that long into my journey on this game, dude. 152 hours game duration. The game is wildly fun. It's free. It just, I don't know, man. The amount of stuff that they give you for free with events and stuff like that is insane and crazy. Other games would never. They'll charge you 250 bucks for an edition of the game and then tell you that you're never going to, you know, there's never going to be a higher edition than that, you know, and we're never going to, you know, treat y'all poorly or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, you know, here comes the next thing, and, you know, EOD owners are left in the dust. Extraction shooters aren't easy, man. They're not, dude. And if you don't like the game, I completely understand it. If you don't like the game because of certain aspects of the game you think are a little too cheesy, man, you're going to have that everywhere, dude. I just ask you to not give up quite yet. Season 4 is almost here, dude. There's going to be a new map. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming. But I would love to know what people think in the comments down below. Let me know why you quit the game, why you're thinking about quitting the game. What makes it so bad that you want to leave is, I guess, what I want to know. And I don't play meta. I refuse to play meta most of the time because, like I said, I've never touched an HK. I've never touched P90. I touched the tapper with red ammo one time to make a video about it. But other than that, dude, you don't have to play the way that people want you to or tell you to have fun. You don't have to. If you want to compete and be super competitive and play Forbidden, sure. But if you just want to play normal or lockdown and try to make as much money as you possibly can and have some fun, you can do that too. Anyways, man, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the current state of the game, what I feel about it. Yeah, dude. Anyways, I'm out of here, man. Take it easy. Take care.